On April 29, 2011, Prince William of the British royal family was married to Kate Middleton, and the result was a media spectacle of almost unprecedented proportions. Around the world, 2 billion people were expected to watch the royal wedding. That's 1 in every 3 people on the face of the planet expected to watch the proceedings from London. Now, that astronomical viewership number commanded some astronomical media coverage. And in this video, I've taken some of the media's reaction to the royal wedding. From Al Jazeera to Press TV in Iran, from Russia Today to the Nigerian Television Authority, just about every single aspect of the royal wedding was covered by just about every single media outlet on the face of the planet.
Generously moving out. She's going to leave the young ones to enjoy their party, and William and Kate have their first night as man and wife.
As Diane said, she'll put the purse on the other arm, and we'll know that she's ready to move on out.
The signal.
Disco begin. There's a disco ball. I mean, there was a lot of talk this week that Pippa, the younger sister, of course, of Kate, who's a lot of fun, I'm told, from what I've read, has actually, and here we see them, emerging on the balcony.
Perhaps this is William's first time.
No, the first time you saw that bouquet this morning when we were doing this, you thought, wow, that's pretty small.
Very much so. But actually, I've just looked back at pictures of Grace Kelly. I think she really was trying to channel Grace Kelly because her bouquet is very similar to hers. There's a sprig of myrtle in there, as with all royal bouquets, that's taken from the Queen Mother's garden. This dates back to Queen Victoria, who first started this tradition.
It was always going to be a day like no other. A royal event to heal the fissures of the past and to let the new take its place in comfort with the old.
In a vintage Aston Martin, Prince William at the wheel. Another reminder they'll do things differently. Hours before, it was the flash of the groom's red tunic, which signaled the start of the pageantry. Princes William and Harry in a Bentley.
I think there is respect. I mean, we were just talking there about how well the Queen has done.
Got to stop you.
Okay.
The important moment. Kate Middleton has just left the Goring Hotel and is getting in the car that will carry her to Westminster Abbey for her wedding. That was the first glimpse of the dress, which I have to say I missed because I was talking to Stefan, but we always knew it was going to be a very brief glimpse of the dress. But I can tell you that the cameras are likely to remain on her all the way to the Abbey.
This is Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, and they're wearing Philip Tracy hats there.
5th and 6th in line to the throne, and obviously their mother, Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, not invited.
That's Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, leading the way.
Yep. They look great, the girls.
I love the colours that they've picked.
They're really fun, nice young ladies.
Very dramatic outfits from them too. Actually, you know, the two girls have actually been making a fashion splash recently. Their outfits every time get better and better.
The British royal wedding takes place at Westminster Abbey. Police arrest dozens of suspected protesters on wedding day.
Good morning. Sealed with a kiss, Prince William and his new bride, Princess Catherine, share a few tender moments with the world shortly after trading vows at a stirring wedding ceremony watched by perhaps billions around the globe. And as they get set to do some partying here in London tonight, we're giving you a front row seat to all of the festivities today, Friday, April 29th, 2011.
William in Irish Guards uniform and his bride Kate in an ivory and lace gown designed by Sarah Burton at Alexander McQueen exchanged vows before the Archbishop of Canterbury, compere of the historic wedding ceremony. The ceremony lasted for around 70 minutes.
It's such a challenge for the mother of the bride, isn't it? What on earth do you wear? It's
Very
so
pretty.
And the colours, I think, are always difficult. Philippa, we were talking about that earlier, weren't we? How tricky the
the kind of mother of the bride palette is not always the easiest thing.
And as we understand it, she has been through a few different designers before settling on this, but I mean, she looks stunning.
Stunning.
This is an extraordinary celebration, a migration down to the palace, and one of the people migrating here is
David Watton.
Australian. Where are you from?
From Adelaide, just out of Adelaide, Stirling.
Tell me what this moment means to you.
It's absolutely fantastic. We didn't come over especially, but I wouldn't have missed it for anything.
And the feeling that being in this crowd?
Just wonderful, wonderful. I mean, we've met so many people from Australia, so many people from all over the world. Wouldn't have missed it for anything.
Finally, the royal wedding has taken place. Prince William and Catherine said "I do" on Friday morning, April 29, 2011, at the Westminster Abbey. The solemnization could best be described as one before God and the world.
So long as ye both shall live.
The guest list at the service numbered about 1,900, but the royal enthusiasts outside certainly outnumbered them.
It was the grandest British royal wedding in 30 years. As the first commoner to marry a prince in more than 350 years, Catherine, on the arm of her father, walked down the aisle at the historic Abbey. Some 1,900 people had been invited to the service, and another 2 billion worldwide were expected to have watched on television and online. The couple left the Abbey in a carriage to Buckingham Palace. Prince William and Kate Middleton sealed their wedding with a kiss on the palace's balcony in front of a crowd estimated by police at 1 million people.
But first this week, the British royal family is welcoming a new member into its ranks. Commoner Kate Middleton marries second in line to the throne Prince William in Westminster Abbey. Now, when William's parents, Charles and Diana, got married some 30 years ago, families across the world gathered round their television sets to watch. But this is the first royal wedding of the internet age. Television is only part of the picture, especially as the monarchy is trying to keep up with the time.
It finally happened today. Prince William and Kate Middleton got married, and it was a big, glorious, successive affair. And who couldn't be happy that two young people that are in love got married? I know there are a lot of people that woke up at 6 a.m. here on the East Coast just to watch the entire event go down. But the problem is, if you turned on your TV this morning trying to get some other news, maybe real news, to see how the wars in Libya, Afghanistan, or Iraq are panning out, or to see what's happening in Syria, or to check on the case of Bradley Manning, well, then you are completely out of luck.